We have a Lowrance HDS10 on the bench today. Customer says unit won't power on, and they think that it's a power button issue. So we have this plugged into the OEM power connector, and we're getting nothing. I'm getting nothing on the power supply. I show 0 amps. Nothing. So we're going to go ahead and take this thing apart, take all the T8 screws out, take the plastic nuts off, and we'll get right back. Okay, so we got the back off this HDS10. Real quick, we're just going to test. See if our fuse is good. Just give me a quick sec. Okay, there we go. We added the voltmeter down below the customer complaint. Okay, so we're on volts right now. Let's switch to continuity mode. So 0 is open, 1 is shorted, or continuity. I'm going to go across the fuse, which honestly it's never the fuse, and it's not the fuse. Okay. A quick way to see if this is the power button or the board here. The power button actually is part of this board here, this section of the board. Then that goes to our main board. There's a MOSFET right here. This MOSFET it controls power to the board. Basically, this MOSFET, once it gets turned on, it powers the board. And that's what the power button does. When you press the power button, it turns on this MOSFET. That's it. So, super quick way to see, well, is it the power button? Is it that side of the circuit, the board? Or is it somewhere on the main board? Whether it be the processor or other internal power supplies on the board. Simple. So this MOSFET, it's P channel. So in order to turn the MOSFET on, there needs to be a lower voltage on the gate. And let's check that right now. So we're just going to go to a known ground, the shield here. We're going to go to the gate. It's gate drain source. So the top is the gate. And what does that show? About 12 volts, almost 12 volts. Let's go to the source. Okay. 12 volts. And let's go to the drain. Look at that. The drain is the output. So right now there's a positive potential on the gate. Our source, that's the power supply, the 12 volt power supply coming in, that's 12. So because there's a positive voltage on the gate, this this MOSFET is turned off right now. We can turn it on. That's easy, right? All we got to do is put a ground potential on that gate, and that MOSFET's going to turn on. So we have a clip lead to our ground of our power supply. Just going to use this as sort of a probe, right? Gate is the first pin. Let's see if it turns on. Look at that. Turned on. Looks like the customer has an LCD issue. There's a red line through the LCD, but aside from that, it's powering on. So it looks like the customer was correct. It's definitely something to do with either the power button or that board. So that's just a quick tip to see if you actually have the power button issue. That MOSFET right there controls power of the board. So if we test it now, look at that, 2.7. So we have a lower voltage on the gate, which means the board is going to stay on. If we apply 12 volts to this gate, the board will shut off. So there you go. Just gonna wait for this thing to power up, which it did. This isn't touch. Look at that. Give me a quick sec. Okay, so now we know what our job here is. We're going to focus on buttons, power buttons. So we're going to go ahead and remove the power button, or the keypad board itself is right here. Let's see. There. This board also controls backlight. This is the backlight connector right here. There's backlight wires. They're going to the backlight itself. So this board right here also is the backlight driver. Okay, we're gonna set the unit aside real quick, focus on the button problem here. Okay, let's see if we resolve the issue. There could be other issues on this board itself, so we'll see. We did disassemble that switch assembly there, and we cleaned it real well. 3E2. There you go. This one's done. We're going to test, put this through its paces, test sonar, test all the buttons and everything, make sure they work, but should be good to go. We'll give it a good test. Let the customer know. If you guys have any fish finders, Lowrance, Garmin, Hummingbird, or any electronic devices, go ahead and go to rudolphrepairs.com. That's www.rudolphrepairs.com. Click on the mail-in form. As soon as we get in your device, we'll let you know we received it, and we'll get it right on the bench. You can give us a call, 1-800-517-9101, or you can email us, rudolphrepairs@gmail.com. All right, guys.